What's up everyone, this is Kevin Scanlon Jr., your financial tutor, and today we'll be taking a look at the Earnin app. I would first like to apologize for any background noise. I'm still in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, so if you have any birds, I do sincerely apologize. And of course, I had to use my miles to get here for free, which we'll save for another video. So we all seen those low budget, cringy-worthy ads for Earnin. So I wanted to check this out for myself and see what this app is all about and see if it's legit or a complete scam. So I've been using this app for over 3 months now and I'm taking out thousands of dollars while using this app. Please keep in mind this review is from early 2020 because I know I've looked at a bunch of other reviews, whether on YouTube or written throughout the internet for the last year or two when it was still referred to as active hours, and it had awful reviews. Even when I did a lot of reviews research for the last, say, 6 months when they even rebranded into Earnin, what it is called today, there's been actually some really bad reviews out there. So I wanted to see if all those reviews are still bad and see if it's worth the using or if it's actually a really good app. So make sure to stay here for the whole length of the video and see if I actually do recommend using this app. Also make sure to smash that like button because I've been testing this out for several months just to give you guys a full review. This video is going to be broken down into 7 different sections. 1, what is the Earnin app? 2, how does the Earnin app work / who can use it? 3, an app walkthrough. 4, tipping and fees. 5, who's the Earnin app best for? 6, all my personal pros and cons while using the app. And 7, is it a scam or not? Before we dive into this full review, I also want to disclose I am not paid nor sponsored by the Earnin app. I just actually really like and enjoy personal finance, and my whole YouTube channel is about making you guys more money and saving you guys more money. So if you're actually into any of those sort of things, make sure to subscribe down below to my channel. So what is the Earnin app? So most people typically get paid every 2 weeks. There are some people out there with the jobs get paid every month. So with the Earnin app, you have access to some of the cash for the hours you actually worked before your actual paycheck comes. So who could use the Earnin app? It's definitely not for everyone, and that basically depends on what kind of job you have. So whether you have salary, hourly, or on-demand job. So salary as in accountant and you get paid a certain amount every year. Hourly, say you work at Chipotle, and it depends on how many hours you work in order to see how much money you make, or on demand, say, such as Uber or driving for Lyft. So if your job falls in any of those 3 categories, salary, hourly, or on demand, you should be good to go and be able to use the Earnin app itself. So now let's actually take a look at the app itself. So actually it's really easy to navigate and it's very convenient. So up front right here it says, "Hi Kevin, happy Saturday." On the left right here it says earnings. So this is for how many hours I've actually worked so far this week since the last paycheck. So I've actually only worked 2 days this week because I've been on vacation for the rest of the time and been in Mexico luckily. So that's why the earnings look pretty low, and it's already been a week since payday. And then you have your bank account balance. So we're actually going to cash out $100 right now. So we're just going to go to cash out right in the middle. So you have the option to cash out anywhere from 0 to 100. So even if you wanted an odd number, $38, you could do so. We're going to max it out all the way up to $100. And then now you can tip to whatever amount you want. So looks like Elizabeth's tip has actually covered mine. So tips like this is what helps the program actually run. So you can tip anywhere from 14 all the way to 0. So if I were to tip $14, it would cover my fees as well as 3 other people, and it's kind of just like paying it forward. But I personally, over the last 3 months, haven't tipped at all. So in order to get the $100, I'm just going to tip 0. Say pay it forward, no. I just kind of just want the $100. And it tells you a little bit about who's getting the money around me, who's using the actual app. And then you can send a little message to the person, that Elizabeth, for covering my tip. Let's click send. Now I have the $100 coming to my account directly. Since I did link up my actual bank account information and my debit card, it actually gets deposited into my account right away. So I'll have access to this funds right away, which is super nice. And it didn't cost me anything. So as you just saw, it's super easy to request any kind of money and have it deposit into your bank. It literally only takes seconds, and I personally never had any issues with having it synced up to my banking account or telling me that I had to tip, because every time, like I said, for the last 3 months, I haven't tipped at all. So overall, the app has been a real pleasure to use. So let's talk about one of the biggest concerns when it comes to using the Earnin app, and that comes to tipping. So like you just saw, you can tip anywhere from 0 to $14 for any of the amount of money that you request to have deposited into your bank account. Like I said, I've been using this for 3 months and I actually haven't tipped at all. So my total for taking out a couple $1,000s has been 0. I know some reviews in the past said, oh, if the app would crash if I try to leave a 0 tip. And it was coming from reviews from the late 2018 to 2019. So I personally haven't experienced that at all. And like I said, I haven't been tipping at all. And the app's been working really great for me. Another thing to know when it comes to tipping, the tipping is more to refer to as like a fee. So if you were to go to a payday and have them, take out $100, you'd be charged a fee automatically. And it's not up to your choice whether how much you give them for the fee. So that's actually pretty cool with this app. Say if you're really excited to get this money and you're in desperate need, maybe you're feeling pretty happy about getting that money and you want to pay it forward and tip maybe $10, you could do so. But maybe if you're not feeling that generous, you could always tip 0. So that is one thing to keep in mind. Another big question I know I'm going to get is how much money can I take out at one given time, and what's the amount of money I can take out in total before my paycheck. So there's 2 different maximums when it comes to using the Earnin app. You go to max info. So it kind of depends person to person, but for the most part, every person has only the capacity to take up to $100 per day. So that definitely does limit to you. Say if you're in need of a couple $100 for some kind of emergency, you're actually gonna have to wait a couple days. And then the second maximum is gonna be how much money you can take out per the next paycheck. So it kind of depends, like I said, on the person. For me, I started off with a $350 maximum per paycheck. And even with me tipping $0 over the last month or 2 has been able to increase to $500 maximum, and that's per paycheck. So who's the Earnin app best for? So I feel like the biggest group that comes to mind when we think of these types of app and payday loans is people that live paycheck to paycheck. So unfortunately, there's a good amount of Americans that actually do this and have to scrounge around money at the end of the month in order to pay for the bills. And whenever something unexpected comes along, they might not have it in their budget to pay for something. So I think this app is actually really great for that. But hopefully this is just temporarily, and then eventually you could grow up enough funds to have emergency funds, and then eventually have enough savings and start investing in that. If you guys are on that track or would like to learn more about that, like I said, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I have a bunch of videos covering all about how to save you money and make you more money. So the second group of people that I think should really use this app, and even if you're money conscious like myself, is they have a feature called Balance Shield. So what this is the automatic overdraft protection. So I know I have Chase and several other banks, and for Chase, for example, if I overdraft an account, it's going to charge me $35 for that, where you can actually use the Earnin app. So if I want, I can give myself an alert or a message whenever my bank falls below a certain amount. So whether it's 0, 25, or all the way up to a couple $100, I could do that. And you could also set it up so it's going to automatically deposit $100 into your account when it falls below $100. So, and then you could also set up the automatic tip, like you said, all the way up to about $13.50 or $14, and then also it goes all the way down to 0. So like I said, I always set it to 0, agree to the terms. So now I have it set up if I, for example, have only $75 in my bank account and do a transaction for $100. So I'm not going to be charged a $35 overdraft fee from Chase. This way, Earnin is actually going to save me and deposit $100 into the account, so it's not going to be charged, which I think is actually a pretty amazing feature. I'm a huge fan of that. Okay, now let's talk about my own personal pros and cons while using this app for the last 3 months. So the pros, the app is actually really easy to use. It's really simple and quick to get your money. The second biggest pro is I actually didn't get charged any fees or penalties. So like I said, it seems like the previous models seemed a little bit more scammy, where today, in present day, it seemed like they straightened all those out. In my case, I actually didn't have to tip at all, and I still have access to all my money. And that leads us to the last pro. You can actually pull out some of the money you actually earned for the hours worked. You don't have to wait for every 2 weeks to get that paycheck or every month like some people. So I had 3 main cons while using this app. The first one is the amount of information you actually have to give to the Earnin app. So for example, they have my bank account login information, my debit card, my home address, and also my work address. So this is information that I don't know if I really trust given to the Earnin app. I personally haven't received any fraudulent emails, calls, or anything like that while using this app. But still, it's not really that well known of an app, and you actually still have security alerts and break-ins with huge companies like Wells Fargo, Chase that happen. So with a company that's valued a lot less and has a lot less, say, in protection, you truly don't know how protected your valuable information and your personal information is. So that is definitely one thing to consider. The second part is when it comes to the GPS. So you actually have to turn on your GPS tracker while using this app. And yes, I know that sounds a little bit creepy, but that is just one of the ways to verify that you're actually working the hours and that you're not just lying, so you could actually just scam the Earnin App. So you do actually have to verify your hours. There's another way you can verify hours, and that's just taking a picture of your timesheet, but you need one of the two, whether it's tracking your GPS or have a picture of your timesheet confirming the hours actually work. So I personally like it hassle-free, and I use the GPS, which leads us into our other con of always having the GPS on. Really does drain your battery. And it's one thing other reviews don't really talk about, and I think that's because they don't really review that app for that long, or if they do, it's only one time. So with my experience, I've actually seen maybe anywhere from a 30 to 40% reduction in the battery life over a single day. So whether right when I wake up in the morning, pull it off the charger, it knows exactly my location, it's tracking me throughout the day. Like I said, to confirm I'm at work. But when it comes time to leave at 5 or 6 p.m., I've noticed I get the battery alert message for less than 20%, and that's a huge hassle because if I plan on going out after, or even just want to go home, I actually have to charge my battery for the second time that day, and that's a really big hassle. So that's one thing to take into consideration. The last con I can think about is when it comes to the maximum. So like I said, you have the maximum pulling out $100 a day, and depending on your kind of experience and history with the app, you could have a low withdrawal history per paycheck, so say 350 all the way up to 500. So say for example your car breaks down and it costs maybe $600 to actually fix it, you're not going to be able to get out that full $600 from the app. Or on the other side, say for example it's only $300 to fix your car, it's still going to take you 3 different days to pull out all that money from the Earnin app. So it's definitely another thing to consider when it comes to using the Earnin app. So the last section of this review is the Earnin app, an actual huge scam that you should stay away from. And what's my overall opinion if I recommend you as a viewer to actually use this app? The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau says that usually a payday loan, it costs anywhere from $10 to $30 for every $100 borrowed. So depending on what state you live in depends on how much you're able to get charged for the maximum for using a payday loan. But usually the common fee is a $15 fee for every $100 that you try to take out. So if you need to borrow $300 for your next payday, it's going to cost you $345 to pay it back, assuming there's a $15 fee per every $100. So that equates to an annual percentage rate of almost 400% for a 2-week payday loan, which is outrageous. So that brings us back to the tipping. So you tip anywhere from say $14 to $15 on the high end, all the way down to 0. So even if you tip at the high end, that's still the going rate for usually payday loans across America. Some that are even charging, like I said, $30. So the $15 at the high end is still actually not that bad of a deal. But like I said, you could put that all the way down to say $7 or even $0 if you want to tip like me and don't tip at all. But now you have the flexibility to tip whatever you think is fair. And if you think 0 is fair, you don't have to pay for your money, especially for your hours worked. So all in all, I actually do highly recommend this app. Like I said, it seems like to be a huge difference from people that use it way back in the day from 2017 and 18, or even when they rebranded into the Earnin app in even late 2019. It seems like they made huge progress. It's really easy to use. I didn't have to pay any fees or penalties, and I got my money for the hours I actually worked. So overall, I would actually highly recommend the Earnin app. Tell me down below if you guys have actually used this app before. I want to know what you guys' experience has been, and if you used it in the past, tell me if you use it present day and see if the difference is any better or worse. I would like to hear from you guys. Also, make sure to smash that like button for giving you guys a full in-depth review and testing this out for several months so I can give you guys an honest review. Also, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you like my content and want to see more so I can make and save you guys more money. Also, I will leave a referral link down below. Use it or not, I really don't care, because the only thing is that you guys get from it is a free tip. So like I said in the video, tips really don't help, and I don't get any kind of commission or anything. So feel free to use it or not, up to you guys. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one, and this is your financial tutor, Kevin Scanlon Jr. signing off. Peace. Not a bad view at all. Too bad I can't retire out here.